Mechanical 970-522-0471. Wind is backed off after rising up at 61 degrees for this 14th of April. First pitch in game 2, and the wind out of the west at 5 miles an hour. We're not going to see the wind pick up as this one progresses. Beautiful day tomorrow, high in the low 70s. Wednesday high in the high 70s, and Thursday high in the high 60s. As we noted earlier, weekends are changing. They're hoping softball will play Wednesday, Thursday. Still awaiting umpire confirmation on that. We do know baseball will be playing Luna Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday at 1, Thursday at 11. All 4 games right here on 94.5 The Ranch with the Plainsman baseball team, who are currently 3rd in the Region 9 standings. We'll take a break, and when we come back, first pitch of Game 2, NJC WNCC softball on the Eastern Plains.
Okay, whatever that was, it's gone now on my end. So it is that charger. Okay. Right. No, you're not grounded, because I've still got a little bit of a hum in here, but it's nowhere near as egregious as it was.
Plainswomen and Cougars head to game number 2 on this Monday afternoon after a 3-0 win in game number 1, and the meeting at home plate happening right now between the 2 head coaches. WNCC still in 3rd place inside the Region 9 standings after the win in game 1. They're ahead of Trinidad State in the standings. Otero is in 2nd. McCook is in 1st. Top 4 into the postseason in Region 9 play for their best weekend series that will happen beginning the first weekend in May. And I believe, and I'm not 100% certain, but it was the case last year, and I believe it is the case this year, that Region 9 tournament winner is an automatic qualifier to the national tournament, which had not been the case in years before until last season when the Trinidad State Trojans won it. And they actually made a run deep in the national tournament. So Plainswomen will meet Coach Smock at the dugout after the home plate meeting, and our game will get underway. Northeastern Junior College wants you to get your educational career underway at njc.edu. Now's the time to start registering for your education in the fall of 2025. Classes are filling up now. How do I know that? I have a student that's going to be a student at NJC in the fall of 2025, so I'd love for you to come be a part of Northeastern Nation by visiting njc.edu. Mackenzie Bowie in the circle for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Belle Bensavenga behind the dish. No defensive changes beyond the new pitcher. Ryan Urich at first, Addison Steele at second, and Tatiana Hunt at third. Blake Duncan is the shortstop. Kelsey Jerwetsky is the left fielder. Michaela Lamas, the center fielder, and Hallie Waldron is the right fielder for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Obviously, hitting is the key, but here's the other area that I want to see improved upon. 5 errors. If you've listened to baseball, you've heard me bang my head against the wall early on in the season on the defensive end of things. And when the Plainsmen shored up their defense, they went on the winning streak. When they figured out their defense, they popped off that 11-game winning streak. And so same could be said maybe for the Plainswomen softball team. You're going to have to pop off one heck of a winning streak, but you eat an elephant one bite at a time. We're set for first pitch at 4:32 p.m. in the Mountain Time Zone. As to the plate will come Tina Horton, who in game number 1 today for the WNCC Cougars went 0 for 3. She grounded out twice, once to the circle, once to short, and flew out to right field. Bowie, the first pitch to her is low for ball number 1. Bensavenga setting up away. Pitch tails back across the plate. Missed the spot, but Horton didn't swing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bowie winds and fires. Rise ball too much of its namesake. Up and out of the zone. 2-1. Tempo and cadence in the circle for Bowie is very different than Reagan Ferringer. Fastball across the inside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A few more moving pieces to Bowie's offering. Hip going left, hip going right. Arm going left, arm going right. Check swing. Did she break the plane of the plate? No, she didn't. 3 balls, 2 strikes on one that missed below the knees. Not quite the octopus falling out of a tree mechanics, but Bowie definitely has a lot of moving pieces to play with there. 3-2, ground ball, foul, third base side. Condensed it quickly. Some of the mechanical things I'm referencing may just be early in the game, trying to get that tempo, get that rhythm. What you're doing in the circle. 3-2. Up the ladder, ball 4. So a 2-strike foul ball will lead to the free pass to kick off the top of inning number 1 in a WNCC team who swiped a couple bags in the first game today. Randy Mitchell, the catcher, will step to the plate. Mitchell in game number 1 today, 0 for 1. She drew a walk. She was hit by a pitch twice. She watches the first pitch by outside for ball number 1. A rarity to have a left-handed catcher. They may hit left-handed, but she also throws left-handed. 1-0. Bunt dropped, first base side. Steele covers it first as Urich fields it. 3-4 on the putout. Sacrifice ground out, if you will, to advance the runner, and a little bit of small ball. Now into scoring position goes Horton for Sierra Hilgner, who knows about finding her way on in other ways. 0 for 3 in game 1, reached on 2 errors, had a sac bunt and a fielder's choice. Takes first pitch for a strike across, 0-1. Top of inning number 1, scoreless for the Plainswomen and the Cougars. Hilgner showing bunt, 0-1, hammers a ball out to center field. To her right, Lamas makes the catch for the second out in the top of the first inning, keeping Horton at second. That brings Callie Stocking, the first baseman, to the plate. 2 for 4 with an RBI in the game. Number 1 hit a ground ball single back up the middle. It was the only hit to drive in a run with a runner in scoring position in game 1. WNCC went 3 for 16. The only hit that drove in a run was hers. She slaps a ball out to center field on a frozen rope into Lamas's glove, and another runner is stranded today. That's 12 over the doubleheader, the first of this one. Scoreless middle of 1. Plainswomen and Cougar softball on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Like right around 100, I think. Yeah, she was right around. I don't think she topped 100. I think she was like 94, 95. Yeah, this is where we should be able to hit.
Kaylee Cooper into the circle for WNCC as we head to game number 2's bottom of inning number 1. He plays them into the plate for the first time today. Blake Duncan, Michaela Lamas, and Tatiana Hunt, the 3 guaranteed up in this first inning. Kelsey Drwetsky batting cleanup. Belle Bensabenga, Addie Steele, Raina Roberts, Ryan Urich, and Mackenzie Bowie round out the batting 9. Kaylee Cooper through, I believe it was 94 in the first one. Duncan fouled off the first one she sees for strike number 1. Blake 0 for 2, reached on a walk. She popped up to short and flew out to center. 0-1. Cooper winds up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's not uncommon to see both ends of the doubleheader thrown by the same pitcher inside Region 9. It's happened before. Up and away goes the 1-1, 2-1. Oftentimes in the second game of the doubleheader is when you are able to time her up a little bit better, especially with no lineup changes for the Plainswomen. Early on, you can come through with something big here, and Duncan, as a sophomore, needs to lead the way. 2-1, rips it foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. When you see Blake Duncan, you don't always think of her as a powerful softball player, but she can smack the ball a little bit. 2-2. She goes over the top of an off-speed pitch, and she's down on strikes for out number 1 in the bottom of inning number 1. I tried. I'm speaking to my family here. I tried to speak it into existence. Michaela Lamas now steps in for the Northeastern Plainswomen. 1 away, and Lamas drills a ball out to center field. Maybe I should have said it a time earlier, so you're welcome. She gets the knock out to center in the bottom of inning number 1, and that's a 1-out base runner for NJC to Tatiana Hunt. Hunt in game number 1 today, 1 for 3, drilled a single out to center field. She also flew out to left and flew out to center. Cooper up and away, first one for ball number 1, and Lamas getting off the bag at first. One and 0. Cooper way away, all the way to the backstop. That one just flung out of her hands, and Lamas takes second on the wild pitch. So she stands in scoring position. Plainswomen failed to come up with a run in game 1, and early here in game 2, they have a runner in scoring position for Tatiana Hunt. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Ground ball to the right side would do just fine with 1 away in the bottom of the first. Fly ball out to right field. Huffaker tails over. She makes the catch. Lamas took off, and she will move to third. So that is deep enough to advance the runner out to right field. And now Kelsey Drwetsky will have a chance to try and plate the first run of the day for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Kelsey 0 for 3 in the first game today. Takes one at the feet for ball number 1. Surprised WNCC didn't defer to second to see if she left too early there on Lamas, but did not get that protest from Western Nebraska. Cooper. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Kelsey over the top. 1 ball and 1 strike. Scoreless bottom of inning number 1. Cooper, pitch delivered, belted up to the backstop, 1-2. Drwetsky. Try to come up with something. Cougars left a runner on in inning 1. Plainsmen don't want to do the same. Get yourself out in front here. Cooper Winds and fires. Jawetzky backstop, drills it foul. 1-2 once again. Trying to square it up on the screws. Kelsey taking her time, getting back in. 1-2. Pitch delivered, swing and a miss. Plainsman get a runner on, but are struck out twice in the bottom of the first. We're scoreless as we head to the second on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainsmen and Cougars 0-0 as we head to the second, brought to you by Carpet Comfort Center. Carpet Comfort Center in Sterling has all the flooring to make your home more comfortable. Stop by in the Broadway Plaza Shopping Center. Mackenzie Bowie will tangle with the designated hitter Victoria Saranyova to kick things off. Saranyova watches the first pitch by then Jolie Huffaker and Lydia Tibbles. In inning number 2, Bowie 0-1. Can't find the outer edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. Strike zone was wide and deep in game 1. Apparently just the prior and not the latter in game 2. 1-1. Pitch fisted to the backstop, foul. 1-2. Got to adapt to where you're getting the calls. I think some of it is also that delivery, which at times was erratic in inning number 1 for Bowie. I've talked about that during our baseball broadcast. You'll get a little more wiggle room as the 1-2 is slapped off foul. Count will remain 1-2. Did we wear it off a car? Somebody has not learned not to park that close to the field. I've only lost 3 windshields at this field in 21 years of covering games here. I now park halfway back to my house. 1-2. Pitch popped up. Behind the bag at first. Over is Addie Steele to make the catch on the pop-up for out number 1 in the top of inning number 2. That brings Jolie Huffaker to the plate. Huffaker had a good game 1. She had 2 of the team's 5 hits, going 2 for 3 and driving in a run on an RBI ground out, no less, or an RBI fielder's choice. Hard hit ground ball to short that they went to third and got the force. Huffaker takes the first pitch away for ball number 1. Bowie hops it in for ball number 2. The mechanical deficiencies that Bowie had in inning number 1 was just early game muscle memory. She's much more concise in her offering in this second frame. 2-0. Slides it in on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strikes. 1 out in a scoreless game. Final of the season series between NJC and WNCC. 2-1 slapped foul over the Plainsman dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bowie. 2-2. Ground ball cued foul. Like I said in game number 1, I'm going to need more than just those of us sitting in the box to take off their shoes to appropriately count the number of 2-strike foul balls. It was 17 in game number 1. We're already 4 2-strike foul balls into game 2. 2-2 after that one. Huffaker takes it up and in. 3-2. That will be the dactylonomy, the word of the day from game number 1. That is the scientific term for counting with your fingers and toes. 3-2. Pop-up foul. Gets just over the fence. Another 2-strike foul ball. So not only do you get entertained by local sports broadcasting, but I always try to come up with a word you never heard of before. Attempt to explain it to you occasionally. Not Dennis Miller. I'm going to go diving deep into the annals of Old English verbiage yet. 3-2. Ball popped up by Huffaker out to right field. Nice read off the bat by Waldron over. She'll make the catch for the second out in the top of inning number 2, keeping us scoreless to 7-hole hitter Lydia Tibbles, who hit 6 in game number 1. Tibbles 0 for 4. She did get a board on an error twice. First pitch in tight at the knees for ball number 1. Bowie, 1-0 offering, rise, high, 2-0. Bowie, 28 pitches in. Able to keep that pitch count down to 13 in game number 1, or inning number 1. 15 so far, now 16 in inning 2 as she misses up 3-0. Did walk a batter in inning number 1. Was able to dance around that one. 3-0. Fastball right down Broadway. Gimme strike number 1. Three and 1. Pitch slap over the glove of Steele out into right. That's the first WNCC hit of the game with 2 outs in the top of the second. That'll bring Micah Klump up out of the 7-hole. She went 1 for 4 in game number 1 today. Struck out and had an infield single, or a bunt single. That's how it had to be scored. There was no defensive coverage. It was fielded fine. So the first pitch to Klump spins across for strike number 1. That was a part of that 2-run 7th inning, helping WNCC to the 3-0 win in the first. 0-1. Bowie winds and fires. Ball popped up a mile high. Out to right field. Waldron camps and catches to end the inning. 2-out hit, left on, middle of 2. Scoreless between NJC and WNCC on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Head to the bottom of inning number 2, the Northeastern Plainswomen and the WNCC Cougars scoreless. Plainswomen have Belle Bensavenga, Addie Steele, and Raina Roberts. 5, 6, and 7 due up in the bottom of the second. Kaylee Cooper gave up a hit in the first inning. Plainswomen left that runner at third. Each team has left runners on. WNCC 2 runners on in this game. 13 over the doubleheader. Plainswomen have left 7 over the doubleheader with that first inning today. Kaylee Cooper, first pitch to Belle Bensavenga, high for ball number 1. The Plainswomen catcher went 0 for 3, striking out twice in the first game today. Cooper. 1-0 offering, tumbles low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. WNCC, as we mentioned, they did this on Friday against NJC. They used Kaylee Cooper as the pitcher in both halves of the doubleheader, and she held NJC to 3 hits, so I don't think you can be particularly surprised that this is the option here once again when you have that kind of success. 2-0, tumbles across low, 3-0. Cooper has on the season thrown 95 1/3 innings this year. Coming into today, of the team's 222 on the year. 3-0 pitch misses, ball 4. Sabelle Bensavenga draws the walk to kick things off. That'll bring Addie Steele up, and we'll have a quick visit to the circle. As we mentioned at the beginning of this one, WNCC is in 3rd place in the Region 9 standings. So you would like to give yourself maybe a little bit of opportunity to still strike ahead. You have a series at Luna this weekend before closing against McCook. So if you're WNCC, to get yourself a chance to host the opening round of the Region 9 tournament, which would be finishing 1st or 2nd, you probably, to have an opportunity at that, need to win this one and all 4 this weekend against Luna. Back pick back to 1st after Addie Steele takes first pitch out of the zone for ball number 1, and Bensavenga dives back in safely. Pitch delivered, ball dropped down, fair. They'll toss it down to 1st in time. Sack bunt for Addie Steele to move the runner up 2-3 on the putout and into scoring position. Small balling your way there to designated hitter Raina Roberts, who probably hit the best ball for NJC in game number 1. A double off the fence in right field, 1 for 3. She also reached on a fielder's choice. Roberts takes first pitch to the knees on the inside corner for strike number 1. Got to get in front first if you're NJC. You cannot afford to just scuffle your way through this one again. We saw how the latter stages of game 1 pushed it just out of their reach. 1-0 ground ball finds its way up the middle, off the glove of Horton and into center. Bensavenga rounds 3rd. She comes to the plate. It's an RBI knock for Raina Roberts. That diving play up the middle was just an attempt to touch it. I go RBI single there, and the Plainswomen, they strike first. 1-0 they lead, 1 away in the bottom of inning number 2. Our first run of the ball game is made possible on the Eastern Plains Sports Network by Sterling Health Food. Still open, still in the business of your best health south of Sterling on Highway 6. Ryan Urich to the plate with NJC now leading 1-0. First lead of the series for the Plainswomen. Robert stands at first. Ball 1 to Urich. 1-0. Ryan watches it by low for ball 2. I believe her dad's team is playing in Marino this afternoon. I believe Simla and Marino were playing this afternoon. Kaylee Cooper, 2-0. Below the knees of Urich for ball 3. 1 away, bottom 2. Already a walk in this inning. Nobody warming up for WNCC, but I would imagine that leash has got to be short to Cooper. Get a strike on the outer reaches of the zone, 3-1. One offering, check swing. They'll give her strike 2 on the outside corner. With one away, and see if Ryan Urich can't drive a ball here and continue the offensive outpouring for the Northeastern Plainswomen in this second inning. Cooper, pitch delivered, foul tip, can't be squeezed by Mitchell, the catcher. Count remains full. 1-0 NJC, bottom of the second. 3-2. Cooper winds, fires. Urich rolls over to third. Mishandled by Tibbles. She'll go to second where she does not get the out. So that is a fielder's choice for Ryan Urich, and then an E5 on the throw to second that allows Roberts to be safe. Runners on first and second to pitcher Mackenzie Bowie. Pitcher hitting for herself like Reagan Faringer did in the first game today. Got to assume maybe you're going to have small ball here again. Bowie swinging away, 0-1. We all know what happens when you assume. Plainsman already one across in the bottom of the second, 0-1. Cooper delivers the pitch up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 from Cooper, winds, fires, belted to the backstop by Bowie. 1-2 now. Second inning already for NJC. Leadoff walk, sack bunt, RBI knock, fielder's choice with an error. Things starting to snowball their way for the first time in this series. 1-2. In tight. Wow. They say Bowie did not break the plane to the plate. 2-2. She almost hit her back with the bat. It's called ball 2. She'll swing and miss, and she's down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Robert stays at second, Urich at first. Now for Blake Duncan, who struck out to kick things off in the first inning. See if she can't drive one here. Cooper. First pitch to Duncan. She gets a hold of one, but it bends way foul for strike 1. Blake takes back in. Cooper the 0-1, up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Played second last year, now at short in her sophomore campaign. Or was she third? She was third last year. 1-1. She hammers a ball high into the sky, behind the bag at first. Long run over. Hilgner makes the catch to end the inning. But the Northeastern Plainsmen do plate the first run of the game through 2. They lead 1-0 against WNCC on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Let me know what you need me to do Wednesday. Okay.
We head to inning number 3. The Northeastern Plainsmen lead WNCC 1-0. Ellie Soper will kick it off for WNCC. Then back to the top of the order, Tina Horton and Randy Mitchell. Strike one to Soper from Mackenzie Bowie in her 3rd inning of work. Rise ball tumbles off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ellie 0 for 3 in game number 1 for WNCC. Did reach on a fielder's choice. 1-1. Pitch, she drops a bunt right back to the circle. Bowie picks it up, guns it to first in time. 1-3 on the putout and out number 1. Our 3rd inning on the Eastern Plains Sports Network brought to you by Premier Farm Credit. They are the gold standard in ag lending and have been helping our area agricultural community for more than 100 years. Visit PremierACA.com for more. Tina Horton walked in the first. She was left on. First pitch runs across to her for strike number 1. His 3rd walk drawn today by Horton. He's failed to score on any of those. Clad with pink gloves, she watches ball 1 by off the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mackenzie Bowie delivers the pitch. Ground ball to 3rd. Picked up by Hunt and tossed to first for a 5-3 putout. And the 2nd out in the top of the 3rd inning. That'll bring Randy Mitchell, the catcher, to the plate. Mitchell sack bunt to move the runner over back in inning number 1. So yet with an official in this game across the doubleheader, 1 for 5, or 0 for 1, pardon me, 5 total plate appearances. She takes strike 1 by. Mitchell hit by a pitch twice, walked once in game 1. 0-1. She hits a 1-hopper to second. Picked up by Steele. Tossed to first. 1-2-3. Waltzing through the 3rd. Plainsmen up 1-0 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
I was sick Friday night into Saturday. My toddler was sick Saturday night into Sunday. My wife is sick now. Both in like 10 times in a 6-hour span. Like it was the sickest I've been in a long ass time. No. Yeah. I was to the point by the end of it, I was throwing up liver bile. There was nothing left in my stomach. It was just.
Michaela Lamas, the hitter for the Northeastern Plainsmen, as we come back for the bottom of inning number 3, and we have a pitching change for the WNCC Cougars. Callie Stocking is the new pitcher. She started the game at first. That means that she will no longer be at first. Lydia Tibbles will be at first. She started the game at 3rd, and coming into the game at 3rd will be Tori Travers for the WNCC Cougars. Our bottom of the 3rd with the Northeastern Plainsmen up 1-0 is made possible on the Eastern Plains Sports Network by Coons Pump and Well Supply. Don't wait until the last minute. Solve our irrigation, well, and watering problems. 970-522-2035. So we'll remain to see how exactly the WNCC Cougars handle the batting order. Stocking obviously will remain in there for the Northeastern Plainsmen, as will Tibbles. I would imagine that Travers probably will now hit 3rd next inning, but we shall see, as the first pitch from Stocking is low for ball number 1. We mentioned we saw the starting pitcher in this ball game, Kaylee Cooper, the same in game 2 as she was in game 1. For Stocking, this is her 22nd appearance of the year. She's thrown 60 2/3 innings as she misses low for ball number 2. 40 strikeouts, 44 walks, 40 earned runs allowed on 79 hits. 2-0. Stocking spins it low for ball 3. Michaela Lamas singled back in inning number 1. For the Plainswoman, she was left on. 3-0. Fastball on the inner third to take the count 2-3-1. Callie Stocking delivers the pitch. Pop up to second. Hilgner retreats and makes the catch for out number 1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A run on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on for NJC through the first 2. Cougars through 3, no runs, a hit, an error, and 2 left aboard. That brings Tatiana Hunt to the plate. She flew out back in inning number 1. Stocking, first pitch to Hunt, runs across the zone for strike number 1. Monday afternoon, games were supposed to be played yesterday. Thankfully, they weren't. It was windy as all get out here yesterday. 0-1, pop back foul, 0-2. Also gave us the opportunity to cover both. I was hoping to be able to get that first game in yesterday before dad obligations with Sterling High School Music's performance of The Sound of Music. 0-2, pop back to the backstop foul and into the stands. Count remains. Stocking doesn't have a lot of pace on her pitches. Not that Cooper was overwhelmingly fast. It's going to change the timing a little bit at NJC. 0-2, Hunt over to short, snow coned by Horton. She pulls it in for the second out in the bottom of inning at number 3. Still 1-0 NJC to Kelsey Drabanski, the right left fielder. She struck out to end the first inning. Stocking. First pitch, Kelsey watches it by off the ladder for ball 1. Callie Stocking runs it across the zone, and Jaworski takes it by. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two outs, bottom 3. Stocking winds and fires, popped up by the bag at second. Hilgner camps and catches. Plainswoman waltz through the 3rd. It's 1-0 NJC. As we head to the 4th, it's Region 9 softball action. You're listening on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Mackenzie Bowie back in the circle for NJC as we head to the 4th. Plainswoman 1, WNCC 0. Final game of our twin bill. Sierra Hilgner, Kelly Stocking, the first 2 guaranteed up. Hilgner, who started the game at second, is still at second off of the changes. But Stocking, who started at first, is now pitching for the Cougars as Bowie. First pitch strike, 0-1. Second runs up the ladder, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hilgner a fly out to center in this second game this afternoon. Integral to base running prowess the WNCC had in the first game. She slaps one out to left field. Drwetsky over makes the catch for the first out in the top of the fourth. That brings now pitcher Callie Stocking to the plate. Stocking, a fly out to center in her first AB of the game. Takes first pitch up the ladder for ball number 1. Cougars left 11 on base in the first game today. 3-0 win for them. You get the win, but it was definitely a number that stood out, how well Reagan Faringer pitched. And now to be able to limit for Bowie on the heels of that, the base runners, has been a good start to this one. Plainsman up 1-0, 2-0 on the count. Bowie with the pitch. Pop up by Stocking, shallow center field. Lamas comes in and drops the ball as she called off Blake Duncan, the shortstop who was retreating. So that is another error, the first in this game. But the 6th of the doubleheader puts Callie Stocking on for designated hitter Victoria Saranyova. Saranyova now hitting for the third baseman, drops a bunt down, picked up behind the dish and gunned to first by Ben Savenga. Like Randy Mitchell, left-handed catcher for the Plainsmen as well. I noted that for WNCC in Game 1. Failed to follow up with that as Ben Savenga is a southpaw. Not very often you have left-handed throwing catchers at all, let alone playing one another in the same game. Bunt did advance the runner into scoring position now for Jolie Huffaker as she takes strike 1 on the 2-3 putout. Huffaker a fly out to right in her first at-bat in this final game this afternoon. She smokes one out to center. Lamas picks it up. They're going to test her arm. The throw in, the relay out to second. Did not get her in time. So it's an RBI knock for Jolie Huffaker to tie the game at 1. And she moves to second on the throw in. As an RBI knock home. Will keep a runner in scoring position, 2 away to Lydia Tibbles. Tibbles, she singled out to right in her first at-bat, the now first baseman. She smacks one high but foul, left field side. It gets over the fence and out of play for strike number 1. Bowie 0-1. Grounded foul by Tibbles. Quickly 0-2 with a runner in scoring position. WNCC 3 for 16 in game number 1 with runners in scoring position, 1 for 3 in game 2. Just 2 of their 4 hits, though, have been RBI knocks. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Bowie gets the strikeout. Cougars get the tie, though. Middle of 4. It's 1-1 between NJC and WNCC on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
sailed it into right field. I'm like, oh.
1-1 ball game, bottom of inning number 4. Back at Mason Field we come. NJC has Bell Bensavenga, Addie Steele, and Raina Roberts due up in this bottom of the 4th. As the first pitch hops in low for ball number 1. Second inning of work for Callie Stocking. She's able to strand a runner on last inning. Each team's line reads the same right now. 1 run, 2 hits, an error, and 3 left on. 1-0 off the plate for ball 2. Bensavenga drew the walk and scored the run. Back in inning number 2, the first run of this Monday for the Plainswomen. 2-0. Hops in ball 3. For NJC with Otero Trinidad, 2 teams you've historically struggled against. Coming up, you need this one to give you some momentum. 3-0 across the zone. 3 balls, 1 strike. Stocking. 3-1 to the leadoff batter. Home run swing. Strike 2 contact for Bensavenga. 3-2. Stocking the 3-2, just a piece of it. Good job to dip that bat head last second for Bensavenga, recognizing that floor was falling out of the bottom of that pitch. Three-two once again. Pitch popped up, foul territory and snared by Tori Travers, the now third baseman, for out number 1. Got yourself ahead, 3-0, and then couldn't find your way on. Addie Steele, who sacked bunt to move Bensavenga over as a part of that run-scoring second inning. Stocking first pitch, popped up by Steele, gets behind the fence, foul for strike 1. Stocking 20 pitches in relief after coming in last inning. About a 2-to-1 strikes to ball ratio right now. 0-1, ripped off foul by Steele, 0-2. Steele. Diggs back in, 0-2, up the ladder. She went chasing. Stocking gets the strikeout for the second out in the bottom of inning number 4. That'll task Raina Roberts with something at the plate. Roberts with the single to drive in the run in the first inning. Makes her 2 for 4 over the doubleheader this Monday afternoon. First pitch, Stocking. Roberts swings and misses for strike number 1. Since the Plainswomen scored the run on the Roberts knock, they have a fielder's choice, struck out twice, and popped up 5 times. 0-1, dances just below the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike. You have to count 1001, 1002 before you get the call. The nuances between baseball and softball. 1-1. Fastball popped up. How about a 6th pop-up since the run-scoring knock? Plainswomen are sat down in order in the 4th. We're tied at 1 as we head to the 5th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen and Cougars tied at 5 as we head to tied at 1 as we head to the 5th inning. Mackenzie Bowie will face Micah Klump, Ellie Soper, and Tina Horton in this 5th. Bowie first pitch low for ball number 1 to the Cougar center fielder. 1-0. Pitch delivered. Klump pops it up left side of the infield. Duncan Camps catches and records out number 1 to kick off the 5th inning. 1 run, 2 hits, and 3 left on for each team through the first 4. Pitching has been the name of the day. Reagan Faringer, a heck of a first game for the Plainswomen. And obviously, the Cougars blanking the Plainswomen in the first game and holding them to 5 hits so far through the first 11 innings at the plate on this Monday afternoon. Ellie Soper, a ground out in this one. Takes the first pitch for a strike from Bowie. Second, rise ball up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bowie, the 1-1, spins up and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. Stocking has come on in relief for WNCC. Continued where the pitching left off. Up and away goes the 2-1, 3-1. One offering, fastball below the knees, ball 4. So Bowie issues the walk, a 1-out base runner. First time Ellie Soper's been aboard this afternoon. Back to the top of the order in Tina Horton. No, not Tina Horton anymore. That is a new hitter. 23, that is Faith LaFrienza, who cues it foul for strike number 1. I wonder if LaFrienza maybe didn't come in as a part of the pitching change, and I just didn't note the new body on the field for WNCC amidst that foray a couple innings ago. Bowie with the pitch, bunt drop down, third base side by LaFrienza. That is now an 0-2 count. 1 away, top 5, 1-1 game. You got to try and small ball a runner into scoring position. Mackenzie Bowie winds and fires. Pitch hammered foul by LaFrienza. 0-2. Soper at first for WNCC. Top 5. Bowie delivers the pitch. LaFrienza, line shot right into the glove of steel. Doubled her off at first on that hot shot line drive. Runner on, doubled off. It's 1-1, middle of 5 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Ryan Urich to kick things off. As we head to the bottom of inning number 5, try and kickstart some offense. Urich, Bowie, Duncan, 1-1 ball game. Region 9 softball, bottom of the 5th inning, and Callie Stocking still in the circle. It is Lafrienza that is still in at short, so she pinch hit and then is in. And Ryan Urich will wear the first pitch of the inning, and a hit batsman to kick it off. They changed her walk-up for her, and she got her way on. That'll bring Mackenzie Bowie up. 1-1 affair, bottom of the 5th inning. Bunt, she drops down the pitcher. It hit her exiting the box. That's foul ball and strike number 1. Now WNCC will check to make sure she wasn't already out of the box when it hit her. She was not. 1-0. Bowie bunts it back, foul. Now it's 0-2. Ryan Urich on after being hit by a pitch to kick off the bottom of the 5th inning. And JC got to find a way to try and advance her now. 0-2, hopped in, and the ball gets away from Mitchell. And Urich goes down to second on the pass ball. So into scoring position now. If you're Bowie, just a ground ball to the right side. But nobody out in the bottom of the 5th in a 1-1 game gives you 2 cracks to get a runner home. Stocking hops it in, and Urich takes off, gunning for third, and she gets there ahead of the dirt ball. So getting a little aggressive on the base paths are the Northeastern Plainswomen. Dirt ball puts the runner 60 feet away, and now all you have to do is drive something somewhere if you're Mackenzie Bowie, and you'll give the Northeastern Plainswomen the lead and help your own cause in the circle. Umpire will take a little extra time to dust off home plate here as well. Bowie a strikeout in her only at bat on this Monday afternoon. Stocking winds and fires, and Bowie hits a flare job out to right, and it dies on the grass. Wild pitch and a dirt ball gives the Plainswomen 2 runs, and Bowie goes RBI knock. It's now 2-1 NJC. And WNCC, I think they may be making another change inside the circle. They are. Back to the starting pitcher for the WNCC Cougars. We'll form that defense up and be back. Plainswomen lead 2-1, bottom 5 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Started game 1, and then she started here in game 2, and then is re-entering back in here. You can re-enter 1 time. No, softball. Baseball doesn't play by those rules. High school baseball plays by these rules.
Plainswomen lead 2-1, nobody out, bottom of inning number 5, and we go back to WNCC starting pitcher Kaylee Cooper, who started game number 1 and won game 1. Started this second game, went 2 innings, was lifted after 37 pitches and a run given up. She's now back in. Kaylee Stocking, who came in as the new pitcher, goes back to first, and Lydia Tibbles, who started the game at third, is back at third after going to first. Additionally, for the Northeastern Plainswomen, pinch runner Keely Lanford is over at first after the RBI knock for the Plainswoman was driven by Mackenzie Bowie. And Blake Duncan at the plate. Lanford takes off. The trackster sprints down to second and easily swipes the bag. That didn't have to be a dirt ball. She was going for 2, and Lanford is a speedster. First day as a Plainswoman. He's been working to get with this team. She's a heck of a trackster and now stands in scoring position with the Plainswomen up 2-1. Duncan shows bunt, drops down a beauty back to the circle. Lanford goes to third. Sack bunt for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Records the first out of the inning. Lanford stands a bag away from Michaela Lamas, who has a single and a flyout to her credit this afternoon. She was left on in the first inning. Cooper, first pitch, foul tip off for strike 1. I have a car alarm going off. It's not my car. It's far enough away, I don't think you could hear my car. I'm making sure I'm not getting warned by a softball today. 0-1, up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Plainsmen already a run across in this fifth to have the lead 2-1. Trying to salvage the final game of this series against WNCC and get back within 3 games of the final playoff spot. 1-1 offering. Watched by for ball 2. 2-1 offering for Cooper. He spins it. It's popped up by Lamas. Foul territory by the bag at first. Able to pull it in is Stocking. That's 2 away now in the bottom of this 5th inning. Runner remains at third for Tatiana Hunt. Hunt over 2 in the second game of this one. 1 for 5 across the doubleheader. First pitch, Tati rolls at third base side, bends just foul for strike number 1. See if you can't get another across and grow a 2-run lead the way that you got some pitching for Bowie going right now. 0-1, sails up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Cooper. The 1-1. Up off a Hunt. It caught her on the elbow, so Lanford unable to scurry home. So Hunt now stands at first on the hit batsman. Wasn't initially signaled dead ball. That's why Lanford was sent home. And Kelsey Jerwanski will have a chance for the Northeastern Plainswomen to try and add to the 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th. Cooper. First pitch up and away, taking off is Hunt. She'll swipe second on the back end of it. Lanford scurries home. So a double steal for the Northeastern Plainswomen. Induced the throw. Hunt steals second. Lanford swipes home. It's now 3-1 NJC. Two and 0 on the count to Jawetzky. She hammers it foul. 2-1. Spent most of last year with a scoreboard that didn't work here at Mason Field. They got a new scoreboard in, but it doesn't have balls and strikes or outs. So getting used to our new nuances of reading the game. Has a clock, so it'll work for the Summer League Wildcat softball when you have the timed games out here. Two 2-1. Ball dumps into the dirt. 3-1. Kaylee Cooper, 50 pitches now in this second game, 13 after coming on in relief in this fifth. 3-1. Trubetsky hammers it to third, gunned across the diamond in time to end the inning. Plainsmen get two across those, scratching a 3-1 lead to the sixth. Next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Oh, okay. She's Wiggins, right? Yeah, I was going to say, I recognize the name.
Head to the sixth inning. NJC holds a 3-1 lead on WNCC, looking to get the final game of the weekend series after losing the first three. Catcher Randy Mitchell leads it off for WNCC in the top of the sixth. Sierra Hilgner and Callie Stocking, the other two due up. Mackenzie Bowie back in the circle. First pitch spins low for ball number one to Randy Mitchell. Mitchell's had a phenomenal day at the plate, not necessarily numbers-wise, but she has found her way on quite a bit today. She smacks one foul. In fact, Randy Mitchell has found her way on base 2/3 of the time she's come to the plate and has not collected a hit. She's 0 for 2 on the day, but has reached 4 times. 2-hit batsman, a walk, and a fielder's choice. 1-1. She smacks one out to right into the glove of Hallie Waldron for out number one. Boy, I didn't think you'd get a better pitching performance than what you got out of Blake Duncan in game one. And Mackenzie Bowie has challenged that thought process right now. 67 pitches as she tangles with Sierra Hilgner. 1 strikeout, 2 hits, 2 walks, and the 1 run allowed. I believe ball 1 was the call there, but I was not paying attention. Second offering. In for a strike to even the count out at 1-1. Sun starting to set over that left field fence. Bowie, 1-1, delivers the pitch, 2-hop ground ball to Steele at second. 4-3 on the putout, 2 quick away in the top of the 6th inning. And Callie Stocking to the plate. The starting first baseman now back at first after coming on in relief pitching. She's flown out and reached on an error this afternoon. One and 0. Bowie rips it across the zone. Strike number 1. Mackenzie on the 1-1, tumbles it low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two outs, top 6, 3-1 NJC. Bowie winds and fires, hops it in, 3-1. She's not worked from behind very often today. 3-1, grounder right back to her. She knocks it down and slings it on to first, and it's picked out of the dirt by Ryan Urich. Side down in order, 3-1, middle of 6. Plainsmen lead WNCC on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainsmen lead 3-1 against WNCC as we head to the bottom of inning number 6. Bell Bensavenga, Addie Steele, Raina Roberts, 5, 6, and 7 due up in the bottom of the 6th, looking to add some insurance. NJC was held to 6 hits through the first 3 games of this series. They only have 3 hits in this contest. They've been able to manufacture some runs when they get runners. And we'll see if Bell Bensavenga can do something. She reached in a walk and has popped up in this one as the Plainswoman catcher. Scored the run in the 2nd inning. That was the first of this game. First pitch, home run swing, foul ball contact, 0-1. Oh, 1. Sailed it on to the outside corner, Dig Cooper, quickly 0-2. Kaylee Cooper pitched all 10 innings on Saturday, the 7 in the first one today and the first 2 here today, and she came on in relief in the 5th. Bensavenga pop up toward the Plainswoman dugout foul. She'll keep it alive in this leadoff at bat in the bottom of the 6th. WNCC played at a pair in the 7th of the first game today, but that was when Reagan Farringer was well past 100 pitches. Mackenzie Bowie's only at 75. 0-2. Spins off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cooper. A 1-2 offering. Bensavenga, a little nubber over to second. Tough play for Hilgner. She gets it to first just in time for the 4-3 putout and out number 1. That'll bring Addie Steele to the plate. Sack bunt and a strikeout in the 2nd game this afternoon across the doubleheader. She's struck out twice and walked once. Yet to come up with a hit. Cooper By my unofficial tally, this is her 150th pitch of the doubleheader. Steele fouls it off for strike one. Which, as I said earlier, not out of the realm of abnormalcy for you to throw both sides of a doubleheader. 0-1, up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Softball throwing more natural of a motion than baseball. Oftentimes why baseball guys are limited to 100 pitches even at this time of the year. 1-1. Pitch popped up by Steele. First base side toward the Cougar dugout, just onto the roof and out of play. 1-2. Speaking of baseball, NJC baseball will be at home now Wednesday, Thursday against Luna this week. 1 o'clock on Wednesday, 11 a.m. on Thursday. We'll have all 4 right here on 94.5 The Ranch for you and the NJC Athletics YouTube page. 1-2, pitch popped up by Steele. Center field. Catch made by Klump for the second out in the bottom of the 6th. Plainsman still with the 3-1 lead. See if Raina Roberts can do anything to add some insurance to the offensive tally. It's Mackenzie Bowie's game. There's no doubt about that. She's only at 75 pitches. You don't need to bring a fresh arm in to finish this one off. Spin one onto the outside corner for strike number 1 does Cooper. Oh, 1. Cooper delivers the pitch. Huge swing and a miss for Roberts. 0-2. Plains have been looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. You get back on the right side and back within 3 of the final playoff spot. 0-2 off the plate for ball 1. Still means that you have to win both the Otero and Trinidad series this weekend and next. Weekend in air quotes for the Otero series because that's not going to happen Friday, Saturday as scheduled. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Roberts down to end the inning. Plainsmen down in order, but they lead 3-1 to the 7th next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Victoria Sarenyova, the designated hitter, leading things off for WNCC in the 7th. NJC leads 3-1. Sarenyova, Huffaker, and Tibbles due up as the first pitch. Sarenyova deep in the hole to short, picked up by Duncan, splits across the diamond in time. Urich stretched out and got that 6-3 put out for out number 1 in the top of inning number 7. 2 back-to-back great defensive plays for Urich at first on the throw from Bowie to end the top of the 6th, and now to kick off the top of the 7th with that stretch for the 6-3 putout. They just go as 1-3-6-3 in the scorebook, but way more spectacular from Ryan Urich than is put into the scorebook. She's also reached base twice at the plate in this second one this afternoon. Jolie Huffaker now steps in. Slap shot foul for strike number 1. She has one of the 2 WNCC hits in this game. Plainswomen lost the first game 3-0. 2 outs away from winning the second. Ball spins through the zone. Huffaker took a slap approach at it and then pulled back, but the ball spun through nonetheless. 0-2. Bowie winds and spins it away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's been a day for pitching here at Mason Field. 2 great outings for Kaylee Cooper for WNCC. It's the 1-2 pitch, slapped up, foul, sails out of play. Count remains 1-2. Reagan Faringer went complete game in the first one today. Mackenzie Bowie's on track to go complete game in this. And the Plainswomen have really been able to mitigate WNCC's offense across the doubleheader. 4 for 21 with runners in scoring position. 1-2. Pop up behind the bag at first. Ryan Urich over. She makes the catch on the pop up, and NJC is an out away from ending a 3-game slide. For WNCC, it's all in the bat of Lydia Tibbles, who knocked a single out to right in her first at bat of the ball game. Struck out her last time. First pitch in at the knees for strike number 1. Cougars only had 5 hits in the first game, so Plainswomen pitching have held them to 7 across the doubleheader as Tibbles rolls off foul. 0-2. We said timely hitting in this second game would be the key. Get on the board first. NJC did, then manufactured 2 runs in the 5th. That's why they're up 3-1 now and 1 strike away. 0-2. Bowie winds, fires, pitch, hammered. She extends the ball game with a 3rd hit out to left field, bringing the tying run to the plate in the form of Micah Klump. Was good contact, but not contact you ever thought was going to have a chance to do anything but drop down in front of an outfielder. Don't mind that contact if you're Bowie, especially this, just her 85th pitch of the game. Below the knees for ball number 1. Mackenzie Bowie's no doubt my DDC Plainswoman of the contest in this second game. 1-0. Ball flown out to center field. Driven deep. Back and gone. Klump got a hold of it and took it out of the park. It is a 2-run home run to tie us in the top of the 7th inning at 3. Heck of a swing by Klump. And that one just carried on her. Lamas took 2 steps and just put her hand on her head like, oh no, 2 outs. You were 1 strike away at 0-2. And the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen give up the tying home run, and now Ellie Soper will be the batter to try and keep something going. So NJC will have to hit in the bottom of inning number 7 after what looked to be a ball game they were going to finish off. Bowie missed it across the plate. And we're tied at 3. Mackenzie Bowie. First pitch to Ellie Soper. It runs in for strike number 1. Soper reached on a walk, her first walk, or her first time on base this afternoon. Second one in for strike number 2. Bowie, another strike away from getting out of this 7th. Couldn't find the outside corner. Collective groan beneath us from the Northeastern fans enjoying this beautiful Monday afternoon. 1-2, Bowie, pitch, popped up, out to center. Lamas makes the catch. A 2-run home run after a 2-out single ties us at 3. NJC bats bottom 7 next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainsman looking to walk it off as Ryan Urich will head to the plate. Bottom of inning number 7, tied at 3. Ryan Urich, couple really spectacular defensive plays the last 2 innings. Walk-up changed her last time up, was hit by a pitch. She'll kickstart the offense, tied at 3. Bottom of inning number 7. As the Plainsmen will have Urich, Bowie, and Duncan due up. Back in the circle, Kaylee Cooper looking to finish a game that she started after exiting. Ryan Urich in on the right side. Sophomore from Simla, first pitch from Cooper, rips across the zone for strike number 1. She's more of an inner part of the plate contact hitter. Savvy baseball, softball mind from Ryan, obviously from the family she comes from. Swings and misses. She was trying to hit that ball halfway back home. Getting a mighty laugh from herself and the teammates, as I'm pretty sure the cleats may have come a little looser there from the gravity with which she made that swing. You need a base runner. That's all you need. Lead off in the bottom of the 7th, 0-2. Cooper away, didn't get a chase this time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2, Cooper. Takes a breath, fires the pitch, home run swing, strike 3 contact. Urich down for out number 1 in the bottom of the 7th, tied at 3 to pitcher Mackenzie Bowie. Bowie owns a single on the afternoon. Bowie drove in a run and scored a run as a part of the 5th inning. Part of the reason she's our Plainsman of the contest. She'd like to get the dub right here. She takes one and rips it down the third base line, but foul into left field for strike number 1. Sun beginning to set right behind that foul pole down the left field side, so tough look down that line for everyone, even those donning shades. 0-1. Cooper up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. 165 pitches across the doubleheader now for Cooper. Good location. Not a whole lot of speed behind it. Good contact type pitcher. She has picked up some strikeouts as well. 1-1. Pop up, foul toward the Cougar dugout, and cannot be pulled in by Stocking as she collides with the fence. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One away, bottom 7 after the Cougars hit a 2-run home run with 2 outs in the top of the frame to tie us. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Bowie down on strikes. That's 2 strikeouts in the 7th for Kaylee Cooper. Cooper on the doubleheader for the WNCC Cougars has now struck out 11. Top of the order, Blake Duncan. She struck out to kick this game off, has flown out and had a sack bunt since. She watches the first pitch low for ball number 1. Leadoff batter over the doubleheader today. She's yet to come up with a hit. She's 0 for 4. Did draw a walk. 1-0. Hammers a ball to third off the leg of Tibble. She picks it up, throw to first, not in time. Blake Duncan on the hot hit ball to third. The Northeastern Plainsmen have the tying run on. That was another tough situation. Third baseman in for a potential ground ball, had to field one off a short hop. Duncan has double digits in stolen bases this year, so she is running, and probably running quite quickly. Kayla Lamas at the plate for the Plainsmen. 3-3 ball game. Lamas hammers one back up the middle and into center field. Klump picks it up. Duncan going around second, hesitated. The throw in hops off of her. Lamas goes into second as Klump nearly got Duncan. So first to third on the single. Back to the center fielder. And Lamas goes to second on the throw-in. And it's on the shoulders of Tatiana Hunt, tied at 3. Blake Duncan at third, Michaela Lamas at second, and a visit to the circle for the WNCC Cougars. Your two fastest base runners that have been on the team all year are out there, but you only need the 160 feet away. Tatiana Hunt hit by a pitch her last time up. Can the Plainsmen play hero to end it and salvage the final game on this Monday? Tatiana Hunt over the doubleheader, 1 for 5. She has a stolen base, 0 for 2 in this second game. Cooper, first pitch, Hunt. Huge foul tip off her foot for strike number 1. She's going to walk it off up the line. The umpire's going to give her time. That was off that back plant foot, and it was not on the inside arch. It was the outside arch that she wore that one, and it took a hop. It wasn't just died off your foot and stayed on the ground. That one came back up, and softballs, in spite of their namesake, are not that. 0-1. Cooper fires the pitch. Hunt, foul tip to the backstop. 0-2 with 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. WNCC with 2 strikes in the top of the 7th, got a single, then a home run behind it to tie us. You just need a single for Hunt here. She has 2 strikes. Cooper delivers the pitch. Hunt hits a towering fly ball out to left field. Lost for a moment by Ellie Soper, but then she camps and catches, and we go extras. 3-3 to the 8th next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It's So re-entry in back for WNCC as we head to the 8th inning. Tina Horton, who started the game at short, was pinch hit for earlier. She's back in and leads things off in the 8th, tied at 3 between NJC and WNCC in this Region 9 softball game. Horton, Mitchell, Hildner, top of the Cougar order, due up. Horton takes the first pitch low for ball number 1, a walk and a ground out in this game. She takes the second up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, and 3 left on for WNCC. 3, 4, 1, and 6 for NJC through 7. Bowie back out there for her 8th inning of work. Her 93rd pitch of the game is strike 1, so 2 balls, 1 strike. Bowie delivers the pitch and pours it on the outside edge. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gave up that 2-out home run last inning. 1 strikeout, 1 of 4 hits allowed today. 2-2, grounded over to short, under the diving glove of Blake Duncan and out into center. And WNCC has the leadoff runner on in the top of inning number 8. A runner on for Randy Mitchell, the catcher, and now, no, there will not be. Cougar coach moved out of the box, thought she was going to remove Horton again, but no, Horton will be allowed to run for herself. Bunt dropped down by Mitchell. Wheel coverage for Steele, the second baseman. She'll get the force at first. Sack bunt for Randy Mitchell, her second sack bunt of the ball game to move a runner into scoring position. 1-4 is the official scoring on that putout for those of you scoring at home. And now the WNCC Cougars will call time as Sierra Hildner is set to be at the plate. And Tina Horton will come across and have words with the coach in the third base coaching box. Cougars, as we mentioned earlier in this broadcast, a weekend series with Luna, which is one of the teams out of the playoff picture right now. WNCC still has a chance to move as high as second in the, they still could win. If they win the series against McCook, they can still win the regular season crown. But you probably have to win all 4 this weekend and 3 of 4 against McCook to do that and still host in the opening round. That's the goal, I think, right now, as Hildner watches the first pitch by out of the timeout for strike number 1. So every one of these games is important. Wrapping up this regular season. Bowie, 0-1, up and off the elbow of Hildner. So she hits a batter. 1 away, top 8. Runners on first and second. That is the first hit batsman, the third free pass of the game for Bowie. 2 walks and the hit batsman to Kelly Stocking, who has reached on an error 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch to her up the ladder for ball number 1. Bowie. 1-0 offering. Ground ball over to second. They'll go second for 1 on to first. Not in time. Throw home. Offline as Urich couldn't get it into Bensavenga's glove, and it's an error that will plate the go-ahead run 4-3 for WNCC. That will be a fielder's choice on the ground ball to second. They went 4-6 for the force at second. And then an E3 plates the run on the force out. And down to second on that same error will go Callie Stocking. So Plainswomen trail 4-3. Now 2 away for Victoria Saranyova, who's 0 for 3 and takes strike number 1. Bowie. 0-1 offering. Saranyova underneath it. Pops it up third base side. Camping catch. An error plates the go-ahead run, though. It's 4-3 WNCC, middle of 8 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainsman now down 4-3. They went from 3-1, one strike away from winning the game in the top of the 7th to, after a home run and now an error in the top of the 8th, they need a run in the bottom of inning number 8 to keep their hopes of being not swept alive. Kelsey Jerwenski, Belle Bensavenga, and Addison Steele due up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kaylee Cooper is back in the circle. 78 pitches in this game, 93 in the first game. She started and now is back relieving in this one. Cooper, first pitch off the plate to Jerwenski for ball number 1. She's 0 for 3, is the Plainsman left fielder in this. 0 for 6 on the day. Has only struck out once, though. Has gotten underneath it and popped it up a couple times, though. That's been the timing problem for Kelsey. Kaylee fires the pitch, and she'll hammer it off the bag at third and out into left field. She rounds first hard, but does not induce an errant throw on the throw-in. It's a leadoff single for the Northeastern Plainswomen, though. The tying run is on for Belle Bensavenga. With nobody out in the bottom of the 8th inning, Bensavenga, the Plainswoman catcher, has drawn a walk in this game, 0 for 5 with a run scored across the doubleheader. She scored the first run in this, back in the second. She shows bunt and drops it back to the circle. Cooper picks it up, high throw to first, pulled down by Stocking. So a sack bunt, 1-3 on the putout, moves the runner into scoring position for Addison Steele. The Plainswomen in this second game of the doubleheader are 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. They went 1 for 5 in the first one today. Steele has a sack bunt to her credit, a strikeout and a flyout on her side as well. Cooper, first pitch up and away for ball number 1 to Steele. 4-3 WNCC, bottom of inning number 8, 1 away. Final of this Monday softball doubleheader. 1-0, pitch away, 2 balls, no strikes. Steele find her way on. You can do a lot of things with 2 aboard and 1 away. Cooper. The 2-0. Below the knees, way off the bag at second of Jerwenski. 3 balls, no strikes. This is a take all the way for Addie Steele. Cooper winds and fires and tumbles one through the zone, 3-1. Fans below us don't agree. That was a rise ball that turned into a drop ball. That was also known as about the 180th pitch of the day for Cooper. That's why there was so much movement. 3-1. Fastball hammered out to right field, right into the glove of Jolie Huffaker. The throw-in gets awry, but Jerwenski is there, so second out of the inning, the F9 putout. Runner stays in scoring position for Raina Roberts. Roberts in this second game drove in the run back in inning number 2 since she's popped up to short and struck out. The designated hitter 1 for 3 with the run batted in. 2 away, bottom 8. Plainswomen down 4-3, taking off for third and stealing third. Jaworski takes it, and Kelsey is 60 feet away. Plainswomen having to create something, trying to create some speed on the base paths. Want to know to Raina Roberts. Pitch tumbles up and away for ball 2. Infield in to try and talk some energy into that arm of Cooper. Whatever good juju you've got for somebody that's approaching 200 pitches on the day. 2-0. Cooper, pitch, fouled off. 2 balls, 1 strike. 4-3 WNCC lead, bottom of inning number 8. Two and 1. Cooper tumbles one below the knees. The bottom fell out of that one. Roberts holding off. I think there may be a sports story on deck here. Roberts, get yourself on. (3-1) ball popped up out to center field, over, and the catch is made by Ellie Soper, and the Northeastern Plainswomen, after leading 3-1, give up a home run in the 7th to tie us and an error in the 8th. They fall 4-3, and they're swept on this Monday. Plains women's softball probably playing midweek as well. We'll be with baseball as the Plainsmen host Luna on Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in to a Monday of softball. WNCC wins Game 2, 4-3, and 8 on the Eastern Plains.